Welcome back. This is the last part of revision of sectors of the Indian economy. So, in this video, we are going to see how the sectors of Indian economy are segregated with the viewpoint of division of sectors and the ownership of the uh, sectors. So, when we talk about division of sectors, we have two categories. One is the organized sector and the other one is the unorganized sector. Talking about the organized sector, well, the terms of employment are regular and people have the assured work over here. That is, organized sectors cover those enterprises or places of work where the terms of employment are regular and people have an assured work. Here, there is no fear for being removed from the work, or there is no fear from getting any fluctuation in the wages on daily basis. If you get rupees 100 a day, then that will be 100 for all the days for throughout the year. It may not reduce to 80, or there is no chances of reducing over here. There are chances of getting extra pay on overtime or any other incentives can be given, but there is no fear needed for reduction in the salary. So the employment is regular and people have a security of their job. Here the workers have security of their jobs, and the number of hours needed to be working is also fixed, that is 5 to 8, then 5 to 8 only, and if you do extra, as I said earlier, you'll get the overtime paid. Now, talking about the unorganized sector, it is the total opposite of it. Here, there are no rules and regulations as we find in the organized sector, but here the what we can say small or scattered units, mostly these kind of activity sectors are found in rural areas or in areas where there is the development is not up to the mark. And in these kind of sectors, the worker is not having any security about his job, or there are chances of getting wages less a day or more the other day, and there are no plans of this, what we call as the medical claims, or the support of holidays, paid leaves, or leave for sickness. No overtime, nothing is there, though there are rules and regulations, but nobody follows it. In organized sector, it is that the government, it has to be registered under the government and they have to follow the rules and regulations. But here there is no rules or regulations, and if even if the rules and regulations are there, nobody follows them. That is seen in this unorganized sector. So talking about the remembering concept over here, the organized sector is all having all the plus points. It is having rules and regulations, the fixed number of time, the hours, working hours is fixed, the salary is fixed, there are chances for incentives, paid leaves, everything is there, rules and regulations are there. And the total opposite of it is the unorganized sector, where the wage rates are not fixed, no overtime, no paid leaves, nothing, no rules and regulations, and the threat for losing your job is much more over here, which is not at all seen in organized sector. Now, talking about this unorganized sector, how can we protect the workers over here? And normally, when we talk about the unorganized sector, we find the poor people, or the landless agriculture laborers, or small and marginal farmers, or the artisans in rural areas. And in urban areas, in the unorganized sector, we mainly find the small scale industry workers or the casual workers in the construction sites, or the trade or transport drivers. Those kind of people are found in urban areas in the unorganized sectors, who are, we can say, as the vulnerable people also. So they have to be protected from their irregular payment or very low wage rates, or any kind of discrimination done to them has to be opposed. And for that, the people who provide jobs have to take care, and even the government has to take care. Now, moving on further, let's talk about the sectors in terms of their ownership. Well, ownership has two parts. One is the public sector, the other one is the private sector. Public sector is that sector where the government owns most of the holdings, the assets, and provides all the services. Government is the we can say government sector also. We can call it as the government sector also, because uh, everything is done by the government. For example, the electricity, right? The electricity is given by the government, that becomes a public sector. The railways, the railway facility, that is the government sector, right? The sectors where only the government is the owner, and most of the assets are owned by the government, and the services are provided by the government, those kind of sectors are known as the public sectors. Now, talking about the private sector, the ownership of assets and the delivery of services is in the hands of the individuals or the companies, right, who work under the pressure or work under the name of a particular person or group of industries, and not under the government. But one thing over here is that the private sector needs help from the government. That is, we find electricity, the rate of electricity is calculated per unit. So the electricity which we use at home is the rate for which we use at home is not the same for industries. If it was the same, then the small industries would have been shut down very earlier only, because the rates are too high. And at that moment, the private sectors need the help from the government. So these governments, they provide government provides the subsidies for opening industries in these special areas where only the industries and the factories have to be implanted, and the work of production has to be done over there. If the industry is working in that area, then the industry is getting special subsidies with the consideration for a rate much lower than the normal electricity rate. And this was just an example of electricity. Other than this, there are many other facilities which are provided from the government to the private sectors, because of which private sectors develop. And government as well as the private sector, they have to move together, or else it cannot we cannot find a good growth or development in the country. Because a few activities of the health and education, which is a must and basic for all, may that be the people working in the the public sector or in the private sector, that is a must, and that comes under the government only. So government has to play much more important role in both these sectors. Fine. So these were the types of sectors, subsections of sectors. That is, one is organized sector, unorganized sector. The other is as per the ownership, the public sector and private sector. All these comprise of the sectors of Indian economy. So friends, I hope you've understood all the concepts over here, and if you have liked my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.